The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Danny Laurel. 3 storms are triggering the southwest monsoon or habagat, resulting in heavy downpours in a good part of the country. Let's have an expert talk about this. PAGASA weather forecaster Alzar Aurelio is now on the phone. Good afternoon po, Alzar. Tell us, ano po yung epekto ng pinagsama-samang hatak ng bagyong Hana? Tapos meron pa yung dalawang bagyo na nasa labas na ng PAR, ng Typhoon Goring at yung Tropical Storm Kirogi. Sir, ang dami pong nangyayari. Tell us po.
Yes po, wala pang significant na pagbabago na dalawa o isang bagyo ang umahatak kay habagat. Ang makikita namin na senaryo ay magtatagal pa ang epekto ng habagat sa ating bansa mula ngayon at hanggang sa susunod na 5 araw. At kanina ng alas 4 ng hapon, ang layo ni Bagyong Hana ay nasa 1,035 kilometers silangan ng extreme northern Luzon, kung saan ang lakas ng hangin malapit sa gitna nito ay nasa 110 kilometers per hour at ang pagbugso ay umaabot sa 135 kilometers per hour. Inaasahan po natin itong kikilos pa generally northwestward. Ang track nito ay halos katulad ng track ni Falcon, kung saan hindi naman to o mababa ang chance na mag-landfall o dadaan sa ating bansa. Pero patuloy itong magpapatuloy sa mga susunod ng araw ang paghatak ng habagat. Itong habagat ay nakakapekto sa buong bansa. Ngayong araw ay asahan pa rin natin ang mga pag-uulan, monsoon rain sa may Metro Manila, Zambales, Bataan, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal at Occidental Mindoro. Samantalang occasional na pag-ulan o pag-ulan sa Ilocos Region, Abra, Apayao, Benguet, Tarlac, Pampanga at Quezon. Sa mga katuwid ay patuloy tayong makakaranas ng pag-ulan dahil sa habagat hanggang weekend dito sa Luzon at sa Visayas. Dahil pa sa malakas ng hangin dahil sa habagat, halos buong seaboard ng Luzon and Visayas ay under ng gale warning. Na ibig sabihin ay may inaasahan tayong matataas ang alon, kaya bawal pong pumalaot ang ating mga kababayan. Lalo pa yung gumagamit ng maliliit na sasakyang pandagat. Request nyo.
Alright. Sir Alzar, meron bang pattern kung anong oras or what time of the day na merong heavy rainfall? Kasi itong nakaraang ilang mga araw, medyo malakas ang ulan pero usually sa hapon at gabi. Ganito po ba yung pattern sa mga susunod na araw or hindi po natin alam?
Pattern ay walang ganun tayong pattern, pero pag itong southwest monsoon na nakakapekto sa atin ay intermittent na pag-ulan ang maranasan natin sa Metro Manila. Ibig sabihin na may pagkakataon na hihinto ang pag-ulan at saka ito muli pong magpapaulan sa ating bansa. Yung mga lalakas na pag-ulan ay may sabihin anong oras, pero ang masasabi ko lang ay pabukso-bukso ang mga pag-ulan, lalo po malakas ang ulan dito sa Metro Manila.
Alright, ito nga po na nakikita natin sa background ko, medyo malakas na po yung ulan. Sir, magkakaroon po ba ng landfall? If possible po ba yung landfall for yung dalawang tropical storm that is outside, so Kirogi and the Storm Hana?
Sa ating latest forecast track ni si Hana ay malabo ito maglandfall o mababa siya sa maglandfall sa ating bansa. Si Kirogi ay hindi naman papasok sa ating PAR.
Okay. So, bali po yung Hana, sinabi niyo po, baka hindi mag-landfall. Pero when is it expected na lumabas po sa PAR?
Expected by Saturday ng umaga, maaari pong lumabas ng PAR itong si Bagyong Hana.
Okay. And sir, improved weather conditions, mga ilang araw pa po ba? May expect po ba na canceled pa rin ang classes? Today po, suspended po ang classes, particularly sa Metro Manila. Ano po masasabi natin for tomorrow at least?
Ang masasabi namin, susunod na ngayon, hanggang susunod na 5 araw, maulan pa rin ang panahon dito sa Metro Manila dahil pa rin sa southwest monsoon. Patungkol sa suspension ng klase ay ibibigay mo namin sa jurisdiction sa LGO, Local Government Unit, and then patungkol naman sa pasok sa mga government offices ay aming pag-uusapan magdidesisyonan sa ngayon na susunod na oras po.
Okay. Sir, may comment po ba kayo doon sa water level ng Marikina River? Meron bang high risk po yun na tataas pa po?
Masabi ko wala po akong update para dyan. Pero, ang masasabi namin is patuloy tayo maging alerto, alamin po ang ligtas ng lugar. Masabi ko lang ay sa mga kababayan po natin na po malapit sa Kailugan na mas alam nila Kumbaga, yearly naman tayo nakakaranas ng pag-ulan. So, ang sabi ko ay proactive na tayo. So, kabisado na natin yung mga lugar natin na sa lugar natin. Kung kailan pag malakas ang ulan, alam na natin ganito mangyayari sa ilog o sa ating area nating concern.
Alright, maraming salamat po for those updates, PAGASA weather forecaster Alzar Aurelio. Now, several cities and provinces suspended classes today due to inclement weather. In an interview with Ted Filon and DJ Chacha on Radio 5, DepEd Deputy Spokesperson Francis Bringas reminded everyone that classes are automatically suspended from kinder to grade 12 when there's an orange or red rainfall warning. This means heavy downpour that could trigger flooding. Local governments can also suspend classes without warnings from PAGASA in case of intense rainfall. If students are already in schools when class suspensions are announced, Bringas said teachers should ensure their safety.
Hindi na kailangan magklase, no? Siguro papahupain lang because a primary concern pa rin is safety. Kung hindi ba safe ang palabasin sila sa school, then wag muna silang pauwi and they have to keep them safe inside the school.
More stories coming your way after this quick break. Stay with us. And you're still watching One News Now. I'm Dani Laurel. Super Typhoon Goring is out of the country, but it has left a trail of destruction in several areas. At Simpatuyo Elementary School in Cagayan, the Balik Eskwela turned into cleaning operations. Everything was all set for the opening of classes yesterday, but because the classrooms were submerged in mud and water, they are back to square one in cleaning. In Bataan, students had to wade through knee-deep floodwaters at the Marivelas National High School. Classes in all levels of both public and private schools in the town have been suspended. In Iloilo, aside from flooded homes in Tagbak, Haro, several establishments were also damaged due to a tornado on Wednesday. Over in Ilocos Norte, several towns were also flooded, including Barangay Dalasdas in the town of Solsona. Rice fields in the town of Pidig were inundated after a nearby river overflowed. The Foreign Affairs Department has rejected China's publications of a new map that included parts of the West Philippine Sea. In a statement, the DFA said the map lacks any basis under international law. It added the 2016 arbitral ruling has already invalidated Beijing's so-called 9-dash line. Other nations are also calling out China. Malaysia said it does not recognize Beijing's map that featured the country's exclusive economic zone off of Sabah and Sarawak states. Now, for its part, India is also protesting the Chinese map that is laying claim over the South Asian nation's territory. China earlier said the release of the map was just a routine practice and that relevant sides should refrain from, quote, over-interpreting the issue. Shifting now to sports, one FIBA executive says the Philippines has more than one way to qualify for the Paris Olympics next year. FIBA Executive Director David Crocker explains Gilas can just aim to be the best Asian team by winning their 2 classification matches since the national team has already been eliminated from the World Cup contention. Gilas faces South Sudan tonight and China on Saturday. The top Asian team in the World Cup automatically gets an Olympic berth. But if this plan does not materialize as well, there's always the Olympic qualifiers, which will happen after the FIBA World Cup. 12 teams will be featured in Olympic basketball next year, but 8 are already taken, including the spot of the host country, France.
And you have a couple of tough games ahead of you, but you absolutely can still qualify to Paris 2024. Every single point counts. So you will see teams with 15 seconds left, and there might be still a margin, trying to score. Because at the end of the day, if we have a tie for win-loss record, it comes down to the point ratio. So there is always a path. The most direct is to leave here with more wins than any other Asian nation. So that's the job at hand right now.
On the sidelines of the FIBA World Cup, athletes are doubling up as volunteers. Ian Suyu caught up with 2 of them and he filed this report.
Aside from Gilas Pilipinas, several other Filipino athletes are carrying the country's banner this FIBA World Cup. But they won't be found inside the court. Instead, you'll see them manning stations to make sure that the country's hosting of the sports event is smooth and successful. Creamline Cool Smashers middle blocker Lorilyn Bernardo is stationed at the media accreditation desk of the World Cup. The 23-year-old is one of the 750 volunteers of the world's, lending a hand across several departments. Her main job is to act as a gatekeeper in the media entrance. But that doesn't mean that she has already stopped training with the Cool Smashers for the coming All-Filipino Conference.
Bali, nagtitraining kami sa Creamline ng 6 to 9 a.m. Monday to Saturday yon. Tapos, dito sa FIBA, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Actually, okay lang naman sa kanila as long as nagtitraining ako everyday. Wala naman pong problema sa management at sa coaches namin.
Veteran volleyball Mary Jean Balse Pabayo is also pitching in for the global showcase. Pabayo serves as a security marshal in the VIP entrance of the Mall of Asia Arena, one of the venues of the games. She said her work is no easy task.
Parang challenge namin kasi biruin mo, nakatayo ka lang lagi during duty namin. Mag-start kami ng 6 a.m. hanggang 11 p.m. na yon. Gayon ko lang na-feel na ganun pala talaga kahirap talaga maging volunteers. Kahit na sa basketball, volleyball, lahat ng liga, ang hirap.
One of the most frequent issues she had to attend to are people who got scammed by bogus ticket sellers.
Kunwari na may may ticket siya, pero scam pala yun. May mga ganun ba sitwasyon na parang may nakausap din ako na nagbayad siya sa ganito, pero pagdating niya dito, scam pala.
Despite the tiring task, both volleyball said they will remain in their posts until the World Cup closes on September 10. For News 5, Ian Suyu. We are One News.
One News Now will be back at 6 p.m. with the day's latest stories. Join us then. I'm Danny Laurel. We are One News.